Hey members, good evening. This is Carlos, CEO of GAR Capital. Thanks for taking the time this evening to join us in our midweek video. Actually, a day later than we usually do. We usually do it on Wednesdays, but it's been a quiet week trading, nothing really much going on. So we decided to make it the day before the big Janet Yellen speech. Right now, we're looking at our members page. As you know, we have our different updates and news and everything. In regards to articles and analysis, nothing's really been posted up because we have been waiting and waiting and waiting very patiently for Janet Yellen's speech at Jackson Hole. Now, what is she going to speak about? Well, we know for a fact it's going to be hints about either the rate hike next month in September or keeping rates as is. That is the $1,000,000,000,000 question. And the dollar, let's take a look at the dollar trading on an hourly chart. Oops, let me get this out here. Give me 1 second, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and look at a 4-hour chart. You can see we've been ranging pretty steady. If we go to a daily chart, last 4 days, pretty steady, about 40, 50 pips in between. Right over here, but still have a bearish trend, as you could see here. Still have a bearish trend on the daily, on a euro dollar. Dollar yen, still bearish on the daily, bearish on a 4-hour, bearish on an hour. And on the hourly trend, the last 24 hours or so, we've only seen a big difference of about 55 pips, which is very low range for dollar yen in the last couple of months. And the reason that is for the fact that everyone's waiting for what the Fed is going to do. Are they going to raise rates 25 basis points? We're obviously not going to get that answer tomorrow afternoon, but we may get a hint. Are we going to get more hawkish, meaning more of a push towards higher rates? Or are we going to get more dovish, meaning are we going to hold rates at their current marker? Now, again, whatever you bet on, meaning you trade, is based on that situation. But as a technical trader, if you look into purely as charts, dollar yen, euro dollar, there's not real reason why it'll go down to where around 111. We definitely have a bullish bias on euro dollar. Do we see us breaking 113.50, the shortest term resistance on daily? Maybe 114 to push? Why not? I do target about 113.50, 113.75 if we do get a not so big hint on a raising of rates or just keeping things as is. But there will be a little bit of a hint, a little bit of data ahead of time, and that'll be the preliminary GDP. The forecast is 1.1% growth quarter on quarter. Now, we have either met or exceeded the forecast the past 5 reports. The last report was May 27th. We hit the actual number of 0.8% forecast. So let's take a look at May 28th. What happened there? On a daily, May 28th. May 28th, right here, was when we had, go ahead and bring it here. May 28th is when we had that report. What happened? We actually raised from 113.60 to 114.04 when we met expectations of that GDP. So we actually went up on euro dollar. You would think that would make a difference. The next week, on the 9th, 6-9, we had a drop until about 112 breaking point. So if we look here on 6/8, what happened June 8th? No real reason. Looking at June 8th. President Draghi spoke. So we do see that central bankers are pushing the limits and pushing up the rates of trading the currencies more than technicals. It's a central banker's game. So I want to take a look at the 6th on dollar yen. May 6th. June 6th, excuse me. June 6th, what happened? Still a drop. 623, still a drop. We had Brexit. A little bit of a rise, back down again in July. All the way down. We're still at 137 and still pushing down the 100 marker. With that being said, we know our position. We're keeping our position as is. We're bearish on the dollar. What our expectation is, we will get a little bit of language from Janet Yellen stating that if things work out the way they work out, if inflationary targets are met, if job data is met, if GDP beats expectations on this report, then we should see a difference in regards to we'll be off to the races. We'd be definitely off to the races on what is to be expected. You know, are we going to get a rate hike? But GDP to me is very important. It'll give us a little bit of a bellwether, a little bit of a inside track of what to expect. Now, I'm expecting the speech has already been made, but it's definitely how she says or how she speaks that's going to get us where we're at. So that's what we're expecting on a couple of charts. I mean, it's been pretty much a slow week with that in regards to news, any kind of data. I mean, unemployment claims didn't really make a difference. Crude oil inventories didn't make a difference. BOJ didn't make a difference. We closed one dollar yen trade for profit. Uh, the British pound hasn't been great to us either. I mean, we do have British pound data tomorrow for second estimate GDP. We'll see how the GDP has responded in regards to Brexit. We shouldn't be getting the GDP to affect it yet, but definitely confidence will be touched due to it. So that's what we're really watching, guys. Tomorrow is all about GDP, 8:30 in the morning, and Janet Yellen speaking at 10 in the morning. Other than that, that is the big news, big headline. Now, a little bit of news. I will be stepping away for the weekend. I'll be out of town. So we'll go ahead and do a review tomorrow for the week and see how we did in our trades and see what is coming up for us the week ahead. Our usual Sunday meeting, Sunday night call will be done tomorrow on Friday. And we'll be going over everything of the week and ending the month. We got a lot of information to go over. Just alone looking at it, I'm looking at some ADP numbers. And guess what happens next Friday? Non-farm payrolls. Very exciting. Every month, very exciting. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that, guys. Not much to talk about other than Janet Yellen, the US dollar, and the comparison. But I do want to do over one thing again. I want to look at the different pairs, just like we did before. Let's look at dollar yen. Let's look at euro dollar. Let's look at dollar Canadian dollar. Let's look at pound dollar. So we're back at it. This is a daily chart. This is not going to be very accurate. Look at the hourly chart. Here we got orange, dollar CAD. Dollar CAD is up against, which is the bellwether of basically oil. It's kind of our oil kind of trade if you're trading currencies. Dollar Canadian dollar is up 1.1%. Dollar yen up a bit at 0.5%. Pound US dollar has been relatively kind of flat. And euro dollar is down about 6%. So the dollar has been catching a bid all around and a higher mark. Look at a 4-hour chart, so we give it more of a weekly trend. you could see there's a 2-hour chart. This would be since we're gonna set the bellwether right here around the 15th. Today's the 25th, so that's 10 days. Let's do the 17th, and you can see the difference on how much we've grown. Basically about a quarter point for the week. Definitely pound has recouped some of its losses against the dollar. So the pound has been stronger. The Canadian dollar has been gaining a little bit against it, relatively flat, and the euro has been weaker against the dollar across the board. Excuse me, the yen has been the stronger one. So you can see the comparison here. This is through the comparison chart, but best bet is to put against the hourly, and then you can kind of see the difference where we have pound dollar, euro dollar, dollar yen. Dollar yen's been pretty flat, and then the dollar Canadian dollar right over here at the top. So the dollar has been the bullish pair, beating everybody this week. As dollar has been hammered the last couple weeks, and we're just gonna go with that. We have our trades up on the website, and everything is just waiting on Janet Yellen. We're gonna see how that goes. All about the language, guys. Remember, it's all about the tone. Uh, Take a look at the trades. Also, make sure to follow us on Twitter to see what we're trading, what we're looking at, and how we go from there. And we'll check you out tomorrow for the recap. Look forward to seeing you then. Thanks everyone for catching me here. Pretty quick video this time around, but again, not really much to talk about. It's been a slow week, so nothing really much to review. But we'll leave it at that. You guys have a great night. Thank you very much for joining me. This is Carlos. Have a great evening.